What's up guys, it's Roger, and today the commander in Blink is here to bring you his favorite Blink sniper build, so why don't we go ahead and start breaking it down. Now, starting over here on the armor, and I want to talk about something really quick. You don't need to use an Astrocyte Burst when you do Blink sniper builds. Of course, if you're on Blink Hunter, but specifically on Blink Warlock, you can go without Astrocyte for your sniper builds, and if you're ever going to not use Astrocyte, I would recommend you do it on something like a sniper build. Why? Well, when you're doing a sniper Blink build, you're more so using your Blink to reposition and flank your enemies, to get to lane quickly, and to take them off guard with those weird sniper positions, and your Astrocyte, of course, is going to let you do that very, very easily. However, there are a lot of other options you can go. I know people like their Ophidians and their Transverses and stuff. If you're going to use those, they are very good on something like a sniper Blink build. However, I still do think that Astrocyte is the best choice, especially because we still are using a primary weapon, and I want the bonuses to that weapon as well from our Astrocyte Burst. Of course, the biggest thing that I do want to cover here really quick is that Astrocyte Burst does give you a plus 30 to your airborne effectiveness stat. So if you ever like doing Blink or jump snipes, then you're going to want to have this exotic on because it helps out there quite a bit. When it comes to our actual armor mods, I'm using a solar weapon and a kinetic weapon, right? So I have one targeting and one unflinching on for each of those. I like to make orbs of power in my PvP builds, so I have on a firepower mod, a heavy-handed mod, and a Reaper mod. Of course, pause at any point if you want to see these more in depth. Now, here I have on Absolution, Innervation, and Orbs of Restoration, so each time I pick up an Orb of Power, which you can watch in the gameplay today, if you ever see me pick up an Orb of Power, watch my ability regeneration. It's going to fly up because of these three mods. Last but not least, when I put a Rift down, I get around 20 to 25% of my grenade energy back. Now, there is never going to be a sniper build that is complete without a beautiful sniper inside of it, and today I'm going to be using the Eye of Soul, my favorite kinetic sniper in all honesty, and this one's pretty great. You can see here we have snapshot sights, which is kind of a must for me on my snipers. If I don't have snapshot, then I do like something like Surplus, but luckily this one has snapshot. And besides that, I have no distractions, which is probably in my top 3 sniper perks, to be honest with you. I really like holding lanes, and when you have no distractions, it helps so much with the flinch that you can take people out much more efficiently and consistently. And you know your boy's addicted to this Igneous Hammer Adept. I mean, I absolutely love this thing. You can see I've already racked up 351 kills just on this roll alone since this has come back to the game because I just love this gun so much, so I had to put it in the build today. I wanted to keep a consistent theme of playing long range. You know, I usually go for some kind of aggression somewhere in my builds, but today I wanted to change that. I wanted to go for a super long range build, you know, with medium and long ranges only really, and see how I could play around that and show you guys how to play around that with your Blink. So you can see here we have Keepway, Eye of the Storm, Small Bore, and Light Mag in case you're wondering about the roll, because I know people really like to see the roll, so that's what I'm using on my Igneous today. This is the roll that I really like on my Igneous. You can see in the Void 3.0 here, we have the classic Nova Bomb Vortex, we have the Healing Rift, Blink, you know, you can be a little floaty freak if you want to, but around here we're going to be blinking. Over here we have Pocket Singularity, and then we have Axion Bolts. Now, I want to say on this map, there's a few good choices. Void Spikes are actually pretty darn good because there's a lot of close walls, especially on the inside of the map, of course, that you can use very well with Void Spikes. If people are playing outside, there are still some pretty good spots, but overall, I would think the two better options are going to be Scatter Grenades. There's a few really good spots you can use Scatter Grenades, especially if you're pushing down to the inside middle of the map. You can throw it where the snipers usually stand and wipe them out very quickly with a good scatter. However, I think Axion Bolts are the best, especially on a sniper build, because if you can just body someone and throw an Axion Bolt, it will clean them up. So it's a very good combo right there. Now after that, I have on Feed the Void, so when we do get a kill with our abilities, we're going to proc Devour, that's going to full heal us and give us some extra ability energy back to our grenades. Now after that, we have Child of the Old Gods, or Clarence as we call him on my channel. Clarence is my child from the Void. He's going to get spawned when you use a Rift, and then when you shoot an enemy, he will go out. He's going to suck their toes, cheeks, tongues, ears, whatever he can get his dirty little mouth on, and he's going to give you ability energy back. Some real good stuff right there. On top of that, he's also weakening the enemies. He's doing damage. He is going to slow them, so just a lot of stuff. Area denial, perfect little ability right here. Now, down on our fragments, we have my favorite one of the entire game, which is Echo of Dilation. This is a top tier fragment, and if you aren't a higher skilled player, I feel like people usually look at this thing, you know, and they're just kind of like, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't make an enemy explode and do 1,000 pieces. It doesn't make an enemy puke their lunch up from 3 days ago. I know it doesn't, but it's about the niche things in this game. It's about the low-key things, and then taking those low-key things and using them with your actual player skill to make them a big deal. And with something like Echo of Dilation, you get a more in-tuned radar. That lets you pick apart exactly where your enemies are, and then you know exactly how to aggress upon them and or hang back upon them. You can see exactly where they are, very fine detail, through a wall, and then hold with your sniper there and wait until they're going to peek that angle. Now over here we have Echo of Persistence. This says that you are going to get a longer duration on your initial proc of your Devour, from 10 seconds to 15 seconds. If you do get any invisibility or overshield from teammates, those will also have longer durations. On Echo of Expulsion here, it says your void ability final blows cause targets to explode. This will do about a secondary explosion when you kill somebody with something like an Axion Bolt, for example. This can be very good for enemies that are holding hands, highly recommend it to you, but if you don't want to run this, you can run something like Leeching, you can run something like Provision. There's a lot of good choices in here, it's whatever you like. You can also do, let me see where I can find it really quick, it's called Echo of Remnants right here, which will make your Axion Bolts last a longer time. I see people freak out about this whenever I don't use it, right, when I'm using my Axions. Like, why don't you use Remnants? Axion Bolts already last a really long time. Remnants oftentimes can kind of just be overkill. There's some situations where it's very nice, but the Axion Bolts already last a really long time, and most of the time they will just get shot by the enemies for the most part anyways, so I would rather have something like this that also gives me a stat boost as well. Now finishing this off, I do have Echo of Vigilance. This says defeating a target while your shields are depleted gives you a temporary void overshield, just another way to get some more extra health on top of ourselves so we can use that for aggression or backing out purposes. It's a pretty simple build and I hope you do enjoy it. If you have any questions about it though, please feel free to leave those in the comment section or join the Blinkville Discord server. I'm going to have that linked in the top right and in the description. If at any point today you think that I've earned a like or a subscribe, I'd very much appreciate that. We're so close to 8,000 subscribers and I would love to hit it this weekend if we could. If you do want to go that one step further to supporting the channel, please feel free to join my channel membership. Just click the join button below this video and you can become a low puff or a puffer person. But with all that out of the way, I think we're ready to go ahead and get straight into this gameplay. So without further ado, let's go ahead and blink on into it. So this is my very first match of the day on my Blink Warlock. Of course, I did my Blink Hunter video yesterday if you want to check that out. That's more of an aggressive build, but I wanted to go for the sniper, right? Because I don't snipe often. You can see like a nice snipe there, and you'll see in the gameplay today, my snipes are good, right? They're solid, but they're not like top tier. It's something I do want to practice with more, but when I start practicing with snipers, I just kind of get a little bored because I like going in. Like, it just gets a little boring to me to sit back with snipers for so long. I don't care if it like makes you have some god tier KD or whatever, because that's the thing. You know, you see this all the time. People are like, whoa, my KD is so good, your KD's ass. Dude, KD literally doesn't matter. Because you could have one guy named Sean John, you could have one guy named John Sean, and let's just say Sean John always snipes and John Sean. You know what, let's name them Peter and Mikey, because otherwise it's gonna get confusing. Let's say Peter always snipes, and let's say Mikey always plays with shotguns. It's just more likely, even if Mikey, the shotgunner, gets a lot more kills than Peter does on average, that he's gonna have a lower KD, because he's playing with a riskier playstyle. And that's the playstyle I usually play with. So it's always funny to me when you see these people who are just banking so much of their ego and self-worth on the two little fucking numbers on their screen of their kills and deaths. It's sad, especially when it's some people that are just complete meta crushing and or the people who just sit back in the back of the map with like a Lamon or a sniper out the entire time. Like whatever, you do you, but at the end of the day, there's a big reason why these numbers don't matter, and that is the biggest contributor to it, because everyone's personal playstyle is going to play a big role in how those numbers actually shake out for you, you know? So I wanted to bring that to people's attention because I feel like it's something that never gets talked about when people are talking about KDs and stuff and like jerking themselves off with their two little fingers on their two little cocks about how much they love KD and how much it matters. If you're playing these different playstyles, of course you're going to have a higher or lower KD, just naturally, depending on how risky or not your playstyle is. So, I mean, keep that in mind in the future. However, let's talk about this build a little bit. So, I love blink sniping. Obviously, you can see in the gameplay here, like on that last clip, you know, that was a very aggressive thing. I actually did put a free hand grip mod on my sniper, and I was doing that because I wanted to try to use it as more of a close range weapon when I actually had to do it. Not going in and purposely doing it, but when it came to those times when I had to use it to kind of hip fire a shot into somebody and then punch them, I wanted to see if it was more effective like that when I had the hip fire grip on, or the freehand grip, excuse me. And what can I say is it actually worked really, really well. There's a few different plays in here today where you'll see I do just that. I go ahead, pull it out, and freehand grip somebody. I wish I was able to just do it on that guy, like I should have just had my sniper out. And I started learning that throughout the day. I was like, if I'm gonna ever have to be in a situation where I really go close up to someone, close enough to like, let's say dick sucking range, you know, which depending on how big your PP is certain ranges, but let's say within 5 inches. Well, you're gonna wanna have that sniper out because you can just try to fire that shot into them and then go ahead and punch them really quick. It's kind of like a slug shotty in terms of just body punch really quick, right? And that's nice. So I honestly would recommend you slap on the freehand grip if you never tried it on your snipers, because it was a very fun strategy. Now, other than that, you can see I like to go into this area of the map a lot. This is where heavy spawns. You can call it pillar, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, it's called center on the map. When you're looking on the mini map there, it says it's called center, but I've never heard someone make that call out in my life. I would probably just call it heavy spawn, because that's where heavy spawning this weekend. So someone might call it pillar or whatnot too. So, you know, you'll have your own call outs with your own friends. But I like going there a lot. You could set up a rift, and you could peek anywhere in the entire map from right there. But you gotta be careful like I'm doing right here, because there's a lot of open areas from this part of the map. Now, I hit a nice headshot there. I was able to take out one guy. I pushed forward and got a nice 3-tap on this guy, and then went to res my teammate after throwing out that axiom bolt. You can see, of course, the axiom bolt's chasing. It does some damage. I 2-body him, and then I punched before I got in a range of the punch to actually hit him. If you didn't know, that is something you can do. When you punch, your dumb little hand is gonna stay up in a fucking high five. And that high five is gonna spank that boy's ass harder than his mommy did when he said a curse word when he was younger. So you can actually start punching and then walk into range of an enemy, and it will still do the melee damage. So be aware, that's what I did to that guy there. It's not like the greatest idea, you don't have to do it, but you can. This round was funny. I mean, well, these teammates I had were just like the dumbest little goobers. They were like literal bots. I'm not even kidding you. Like actual bots. Like bot walking around with SMGs out, and I was like so curious. So I messaged them in chat and I was like, hey, like how long have you guys been playing? I'm just curious. Like I wasn't being rude in the slightest. I said, just curious, how long have you guys been playing? No shade at all. I literally said that to them. And this kid got so offended. He definitely recognized me by the way he was typing back in chat. So I was like, all right, whatever, if you're gonna be a little stinker about it. But I was just so genuinely curious. Because when I see people like that who like, oh, here's another hip fire punches I can show you right there. But when I see people who are just like bot walking around, you know, people who play this game, and then I see them on my team, and they look like they just got their first Easy Bake Oven for Christmas. It's like, how are you alive? You know, I can't believe that you can breathe on your own, let alone play Destiny 2, you know, but somehow they're in this game, and I'm just like, sometimes it blows my mind. It really does. You can see there the Axion doing good, tagging 2, it picks up 1, and my teammate takes out the other one. I push in with my hand cannon. Those are the aggressive plays. Oh, here's my flawless, by the way. I wanted to show you just the ending here so you can see, boop, this is where I got my flawless. When I do push in, I was trying to get myself to use the sniper and or the hand cannon in those close range engagements to different effects. If I was really gonna barrel stuff somebody, I would use the sniper and then try to do the freehand grip method. But otherwise, I would kind of try to hip fire. If I was close like that last guy and I knew he was already banged up a little bit, I would just try to hit some hip fire shots, and if he got close enough, then I could just go ahead and punch him in his little patty cake cheeks. Now, I was having a lot of fun on this build, honestly, and I think I might snipe some more this weekend. I know I play a lot of shotgun type stuff, so if you guys ever do want to see more sniper plays and sniper builds, you just let me know. I think the last one I did, oh, this is a funny play, I had to show you the sword here. Just, if you're ever in doubt, you know, use the heavy slash, because that heavy slash will smack someone's little bussy cheeks in half like a nice little grilled cheese sandwich in its slices, okay? It'll take both halves, it'll butter them the fuck up, it'll put them in the pan, naughty side down, and it'll get them toasty for you. So just be aware, that's why I love the sword so much, because you can just do the goofiest little stuff with it. This round was good just for the hand cannon. Missed my snipes. I was so close on actually my second snipe that round, and I literally pulled it down like a nanometer, and I hit the box. I was like, brr. Hit a nice shot on this guy. I should have hit it quicker, to be honest. Like, see, like that was a nice snipe, right? But I should have hit it quicker, and that's stuff that I want to get better at. I do want to practice a little more with my snipers and get it to a point where I'm hitting my snipes more frequently, where I'm hitting them faster, like actually aiming down sights, and then boom, like right there. I should have hit one of those. The second one, honestly, I think kind of flinched me more than I think that it should have with no distractions procced, especially. But, you know, whatever. As soon as I killed this guy, I made sure I blinked down the hallway because I knew the enemy was inside of that corridor there, which was a very good idea because as soon as I killed his boyfriend, well, what did he want to do? He wanted to be big boyfriend number 1 and come out and challenge me like some freaky little ape. So he did that and he got his shit slapped. I then blinked above this guy, which actually got me credit for the kill because I procced a volatile on him, which is pretty funny. It's not supposed to do that as far as I'm aware, but for some reason it was happening a few times today where I would blink on an enemy and do no damage to them, but then I'd get credit for the kill. So part of me feels like something's changed with the astrocyte now, and it's doing like maybe 1 fucking pico damage. I don't know. This was funny because I tried to snipe this guy, right? What the hell was that animation? Bro just placed a turret on the ground, and then while he was still in squat formation with a squatty potty between his legs, just like slid backwards, and I was so caught off guard that I missed my shot. Luckily, with some good ability placements and some nice hand cannon shots, I was able to take out those 2. My teammates finally rolled into town, and we were able to take out the last one pretty dang solidly. Now, when it comes to the name of the game for me, it's right there. Second time's the charm. I don't know what it is about missing my first sniper shot, but then for some reason, once that second one is about to leave my, beautiful little fingies, and I promise you they're beautiful. If you saw my fingers in real life, you would instantly nut. I wouldn't even have to grab your schlonger. You would just, we're getting off track. I usually hit that second snipe. I don't know why. It's just like I missed the first snipe, and then my brain goes, okay, focus up, you know exactly where the enemy is now, and then when I re-aim and go back into that peak, I just smack it up. So maybe that happens to you guys too. Let me know in the comments if that's something that you experience quite frequently, but it's something that I do, and I was just like laughing at it because I did so many times throughout the night where it's just like miss, and then boop, there you go, now you hit the head, and it's just like, why couldn't I just hit the head the first time? This was such a nice blink into a Nova Bomb here. This might have been my nicest like blink Nova Bomb in my life. So I throw my Axiom Bolt on this, guys. You're going to see I get the last bit of ability energy I need for my super because of that damage. I then do a short hop into a short blink, which basically means I tap my spacebar, and then I immediately blink as soon as I was coming down from the last bit of my jump, right? As soon as I started having that downward motion, I blinked. And then about a quarter of a second after I used my blink, I immediately pressed my super button. When you press your super button and you're blinking, it cancels out your blink. It will stop your blink. Here's a nice double snipe for you. It will stop your blink wherever you are in the animation. So if you go halfway through your blink and you go boop and you press your super button, it's gonna stop it. It's honestly kind of annoying sometimes, but in a situation like that, I was able to take big advantage of it and end myself right after that blink and just smack them. And it was such a beautiful one. Had to show it to you guys. Here's another double kill and showing you why I love these Axiom Bolts. Just ruin those Tuesdays, you know? I see they're in the back hallway. Toss those in. Bada bing, bada boom. 2-piece right there. Teammates follow up. It's some good stuff. So I had a lot of fun with this build. I think I might snipe some more this weekend. I always love the Eye of Soul. I might do some energy snipers. Maybe I'll stick on the Eye of Soul. I'm not sure. All I know is, see what I mean? Second time's the charm. Like I hit that guy in the belly button, and then the second time I just go and like fart down his mouth. Like, and I'm not even into that, you know? I'm not even into that shit. Like, if you are, I mean, it's no judgment, you know? This is a judgment-free zone. I don't kink shame, all right? I will kink shame some things, but I'm not going to talk about them right now. Here you go. Got the layouts for you guys in case you want to see what schloot I got. An awesome little shotgun that I immediately dismantled because it was cheek holes. But still, you can check it out if you want to. Again, if you did enjoy the video today, you can leave me a like or subscribe. I'd very much appreciate that. And on the end screen for you guys today, I'm going to have my hunter build that I uploaded yesterday. So please, if you enjoyed this video, the commentary style, then go ahead and watch my video from yesterday. It's the same exact thing, and I think you'll enjoy it quite a bit. That is going to do it for me today, though. So again, I really, really appreciate you guys. Let's get to 8,000 subscribers this weekend. And as always, have a great day, Guardians.